Just for those people who are waiting eagerly, as I think you are, Gary, and Shorter, the document that's been flying around for the past week and been promoted on the Triple M Footy Twitter handle.
What is it, Damo?
It's Danny Frawley's application to become senior coach of Richmond.
Really?
There's a cover sheet which says
pretty private stuff.
Danny Frawley, senior coach application, and it's got the big Richmond Footy Club insignia on that as well. I'm just 5% short of absolutely verifying this to being the official document that was in play when you went for that job. And I'm just saying, I'm not going to go with it until I'm 100%. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes we'll get full verification. I know it is it. I just need one more person.
I know it is it as well. It's a confidential document that should be in the hands of the Richmond Football Club, and somehow Chompers Jones, Tony Jones, got a copy of it a few years ago and showed it to me when I was working on the Channel 9 Sunday morning footy show when he was host before he got asked to read the weather or something. If you're listening, Chompers, sniff cheddar. But Chompers has given that to you, so I don't
know if he has. It came to my mail.
Do you want me to show me? Do you want me to show you a text?
From what?
And texting seems to be the in word at the moment. From Chompers, who's a double agent, and has texted me.
Chompers, of course, is Tony Jones. The number one television news reporter in the country.
Well, he spent 50 grand on his teeth.
Come on.
Well, I don't know if the document I've got is the one you are indeed referring to, Danny. And I just need to ensure that it is the official coaching application that you have
Gaz,
made.
you know as well as I do, this shouldn't see the light of day.
It should not. But if it's going to, would you be doing it like a readings type setup that we had in years gone by? Maybe a little excerpt every week?
I think there's enough material amongst the 35 pages that follow that cover sheet to do something along those lines. 35, yeah.
No wonder I got the job.
So what somehow Purple's managed to do is get his hands, we shouldn't be surprised because he's the best in the business, get his hands on Spud's senior coach application from the late 90s.
This is not a joke either. This is 100%.
Purple, how have you got hold of this document?
Saved it for this day, arguably Richmond's biggest game. Spud's gone into sort of lockdown.
Purple, Snorkel, we need to get a photo of the body language of Spud and put it on Twitter so people can see how he's receiving this. And how did you end up with it, Purple?
No, we never reveal how we get certain documents.
Spud, how do you think he ended up with it?
He got it off Chompers Jones, because I was working at Channel 9 a few years ago and he showed it to me, and he actually did say to me it was quite a good document.
Who
did
Chomp get it off?
How did he get hold of it?
Not sure how he got it, but he got it.
I'm not admitting that it came from Chompers. But
all right,
anyway,
so these are excerpts. And JB, like the International Cool Breeze, a bit like that, and the Spud tapes. Righto.
And it must be said that this is actually
don't water it down, Purple. Just
don't. It's very good. It actually is good, but
very careful.
It was successful, so it must be.
It's Triple M Footy on a Saturday, so we're not dealing with the good stuff.
Here we go.
Not off to a great start on page 1, where there's 2 spelling mistakes. Fremantle with a double E.
Spell check.
Lee Matthews, the greatest player, maybe greatest coach of all time, only with one T. We move on.
That's big picky.
That's
bit picky.
We just sort of set the scene here. Fortunately, I also have an excellent background in the media and corporate sector, which will only benefit the club long term.
I agree with that, Spud. So
hang on.
I don't even remember this.
What, Spud? What was your background in the media at that point? You certainly have now.
Yeah, that's AFL Squadron Show.
It was.
Yeah, it was. And you were, I would say,
the Squadron Detective.
Oh, you were excellent. Dressed as Sherlock Holmes.
This is still on the cover note. This is
15 years ago.
It is my destiny to coach.
Hey, that's what I like.
We'll move on. Get on to the page where it says personal details.
I'll tell you what,
Daniel Patrick Frawley, address, phone numbers, and all this sort of stuff. Interests: football and development, computers/internet.
Come on, Spud.
Computers.
All sporting events
been a
worldwide. Reading.
I don't think there were computers around then.
Reading.
Reading. And JB, this one. Sports trivia.
Oh,
Brackets, i.e.
Did I put that in?
increasing general knowledge on all sporting events worldwide.
You've got to love a sports trivia.
Spud.
You can't win the quiz without cheating.
Spud. In your own sport.
And Gaz, the Richmond board who got this document learnt that as part of his education and training in 1997, he did a time management course.
Hey, I believe that.
Okay, what's wrong
Nothing
with that?
wrong with
I
that,
just
Warrior.
like time management. Between 1988 and 1995, Gaz, and you'll know this as part of his employment
That was
history.
when we worked
the
together.
AFL, I was head of junior development and promotions.
Oh, you're joking.
Head of
Head. He
Junior
was.
Smarty's up.
What's wrong with
You
that?
were the head of junior.
Well, you weren't. You and Gavin Brown were my underlings.
Well, his underlings, you
Don't
reckon?
you ever forget it.
Who's branded
good
you an underling?
No, Smarty. You were senior. I granted you were senior to Gavin and I.
might
But
have-
I reckon Shifter Sheen might have been the head of junior development at that stage.
Actually, probably was.
This is interesting.
no.
We learn under the headline Other Achievements in
Hang
1978.
on. This would be other achievements. This would be something like took a corporate group from
That's
here to
it.
here or something
That's
like
it.
that.
Yep.
No, it was the Victorian Country Underage Tennis Champion.
You weren't.
And
Underage tennis.
underage.
That paid.
He's after the purple-headed warrior.
And in 1979, the year after you were the underage tennis
Hang on,
champion,
hang on. No, this must be with
you
the
were
heavy
the
stuff.
Victorian Country Under 16 cross country.
Oh, no, Spud.
No, listen,
Him.
Dim, when you're
come
picking
on.
a coach,
Oh, no.
an under 16 cross country
That
championship.
stands in good stead.
We get onto the page with media background, which you both
Hey.
questioned before.
Oh, no.
Channel 7, casual basis over the last few seasons, mainly used for special comments during the game and on the football panel on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
Works for the Courier, Optus Vision, Triple M gets a mention, guest appearances and interviews as well as special comments.
Look at Spud.
Now, Danny Frawley, under the headline, a coach and teacher. We should
He's now
never
getting stuff out of the way. Spud.
assume players know everything. It has been my experience over the past 3 years at Collingwood that I've helped players such as Brown, Krasiska and Buckley learn new tricks and techniques,
Oh.
even at this late stage in their careers.
Claiming Bucks.
He is
He's claiming
one of
Bucks.
the all-time greats. Spud.
I think you've got to keep some of this, Warrior.
I think just that.
No, I can tell you now.
Oh no.
No.
No,
No,
hey,
keep
so
going.
far, Spud, it's
Is
red,
that-
it's red fine, mate. I'm not
No,
sure.
no, not all of it.
I wouldn't have gone with the cross-country stuff.
And the junior tennis champion. I'm not sure.
You know what bloody hurts me most? You laughing at me.
No, listen.
You're normally
Mate,
solid.
What
and
I am saying
we know
is-
JB will jump the fence
No.
with the
Well,
hounds
don't
or
think
bloody get over there. with the
I've not
chooks.
jumped off you at
You've
all.
jumped off.
All I would have liked you is to have rung me and said, you reckon I should put the under-16 cross-country championship?
I'll tell you what, the producer better have the button on the beeper in a minute because I'm going to say something I regret.
The last one, Warwick.
Oh,
Come
last
on,
one. All right,
listen
all
a bit.
under
Mate,
video
save
computer.
some for next week.
After travelling overseas and around some of the major sporting clubs in Australia, brackets Canberra Rams, Balmain, Sydney City Roosters, Adelaide Crows, Brisbane Lions, I gleaned as much information as I could, and I've put together the best video and computer setup in AFL football.
Oh, he's clubbed him. He's clubbed him.
Well,
He's just clubbed Warrior.
he's a computer. That's one of his passions, his computer and the internet. So he could put together the best. I think you're being harsh on him, Jim. I think he
He
could.
has clubbed Warrior.
This is not going to air. I can tell you what.
I think he could do that.
Yep.
I think there's
Pull up
nothing-
now, Warrior.
Nothing
I can
wrong
tell
with
you
that. Nothing wrong
Pull
with
up,
that.
pull up
That
now.
is it. That is the
Right, there's
manifesto.
plenty more.
Well, maybe next week we'll go with the rest.
No
Don't
more.
worry.
That's it.
I liked it.
Oh, it's a disgrace.
No, Spud, I liked it. I think.
There might have been a couple of embellishments on my behalf. Well, it was 15 years ago. I've worked out a couple of those things probably didn't get me over the line.
That's it. Like, including running the junior development program.
Sorry, Shifter. Kenny Gannon.
Oh, come on.
Leon Harris. Maybe just stepped up the tree a bit quicker than I thought. But you were my underling, don't you?
No, I know that.
Darren Jolly's next for non-footy Franks. You're listening to the Saturday Rub.
I'm out.
Not from
I'm going home.
McDonald's.
I'm going
Come
home.
on,
Triple M
get
Rock
up, son.
No, I'm out.
You'd be just about bored of this talk by now, wouldn't you? Because it's been a bit straight.
It's been good, but we need to... No, it has. I think it's been riveting, but it's probably not my cup of tea, not my genre.
You nearly drifted off in Jeff's interview there.
No.
But the reason I ask you that question is because someone has sent in to Triple M Footy some video work of your good self and also another member of the panel going back into the 1980s. It's fair to say that you and Garry Lyon did a little show on Saturday morning
90s,
TV.
if that was the case. 90s, I don't think 80s.
Right. Get your
Early,
facts right,
early
Warrior.
90s.
Late 80s or early 90s?
Early 90s.
Well, I hope
would
for your
have
sake,
thought.
Gary,
When you
I reckon it's
start
late
working?
80s.
Early
90s. Yeah, 91. Yeah.
It's fair to say you've come a long way in your presentation, guys.
Now the
Media.
Warrior is critiquing
some of your early
my
work.
media early work.
Well, let's have a listen as to how
You
you
coach-
were in
you be
late
careful, Warrior.
1980s, guess.
Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to the final edition of the AFL Squadron for 1992. And what better guest to have on than Detective Spuddy Boy Frawley. Welcome, Danny.
Very pleasant to be here, Gary.
Who won the Brownlow medal in 1993? Who won the Brownlow medal? Yes, Joel.
Gavin Wanganeen.
Good boy.
Good boy. Oh, you're jumping on it, yeah? At this stage, we've lost the plot.
What I like,
We're still going.
what I liked is as you started your spiel, the kiddies were already laughing. What was going on there, Gary?
That was the footy show audience, you idiot. I think
That's on
where
the
it's been pulled
that's on the
off.
Triple M website right now for those who do want to watch the
It's
extended
right.
version of that.
You can't
Triple
just
M.
go putting
Well,
stuff
Luke Taylor
willy-nilly.
just has. He's just put
Well,
it up.
Spud, don't you laugh. You
But
were,
look at him.
You're not the most eloquent speaker at the minute. You were
I'm
illiterate
not.
back then.
I was, and I still am.
You used to look at me and go, huh? And then you'd start laughing and the game would be over.
With the quiz, you'd have to
And you
come in for
watched
the
it with
quiz.
your daughters. last
Was
night.
that your bit?
Mate, my daughters the other day, they said to Gary, someone got hold of Gary's plums.
Good boy.
That's all they've been saying, my daughters. Good boy, Dad.
Sounded like the goal review bloke. What about the get up he had on?
Oh, I haven't seen
used
it,
to,
I must
He used to dress up as a detective.
Sherlock Holmes.
And he'd have the hat
Spud.
and the big cape,
Spud.
the whole lot.
Welcome, Spuddy. Who's won the 1993 Brownlow medal?
Gavin Wanganeen.
Good boy.
That's been doctored, that audio, by the way. I don't think my pills are
Did you have your plums sort of in a
I
vice?
don't
Did
think
you?
they dropped at that stage, but I was a late maturer.
All I know, Gary, is that there is some frightening early worker-moan out in the ether
it's
that I hope is never
Don't
discovered.
worry, it's coming. And I'll tell you,
ABC
That
like.
is as
let me
embarrassing
give you,
as...
whilst we're going down memory lane, one of my sons finally showed a modicum of interest
Yep.
in my football career. First time in 19 years. One of them sort of said, "Oh, yeah, well,
That's it? What sort
do
of
you
a player
actually-"
were you?
Yeah.
Well, not even that much interest. So I jumped on the opportunity, Warrior. Never watched a game I've played ever. Okay, so it's a great leveler. Always, if you think you get ahead of yourself, just walk through your own front door.
Yeah.
And you're straight back down at the bottom of the totem pole. So I said to him, "Look, I got." Couple scrapbooks there. You want to have a look at that? And,
Sam Newman style.
well, old BB used to put them together for me, my mum. So Josh had to sit him down to strap him in. I think he'd had enough. And we wandered through a few pages, and there was the biggest double pager written by the Warrior. An
The
interview,
Warrior?
Yeah.
An interview
I
with
remember
the
that, yeah.
Warrior.
Oh,
One
look at
on
him.
one.
Oh, look.
Who
It was a
looked?
good piece, wasn't
He
it?
looked
like a
This is
peacock.
this is where the love-in started between
look
these
at
two.
him.
Look at
He's
that.
actually-
He started nodding there, didn't he?
No, I didn't.
He said,
I
"Yep,
think-
yep, I did too."
I think from
Look at
memory
him.
you hadn't played for about 2 years at that point. And we were trying to get back into
Don't try and square up, Warrior. He just gave himself a little.
He's just, I saw a bit of this. It was just like, yeah.
And there was a bit of the old
what I did.
tomcat licking his
He
fur.
did too. He did.
Oh, can you yourself.
I've never seen anything
Look at him,
like
look
it.
at him.
Look at the happiness of the Warrior.
Oh, Gary made his life.
Look at him. I think, Spud, that was the article that won him the Alf Brown.
Look at
him.
He's going to get to the top shelf of the wine tonight. Go to the Messrs. Oh,
Janine, do you listen to this
Janine,
one?
the Grange, the corpse coming up. Gaz is pumping up on air.
I didn't say it was a good article.
Oh, crikey. Oh, no. For Don Footy
Get
Franks,
alive.
this is the
How
Saturday.
did that end up back on me?
Icy pole.
Tex Walker to join us next. Gary, we have got, we need to tell the audience that we have got something that, well, again, Spud, when he asks for time on a Saturday morning, you guess there's something coming.
Ask for more time.
More time. So we're not sure where this one's at, but I think there might be
am.
I think there might be a website reference.
Really?
He's got some vision.
What, something up on the
Vision.
website, on our website?
Not yet, but coming from
He
Spud.
looks pretty...
I'm
looks
not going to
smug, doesn't he?
divulge. No, I'm not going to divulge, but I won't explain it now because you'll have to go to it, so I'll just let it sit.
I thought today when he walked into the box, Spud, he had a real swagger about
did
him.
have some
He normally has got some, but I thought today was a special
a
batch.
bit of a side head, wasn't
It
it?
was.
I think he'd read his story's quote in the AFL media and just said, have a look at me.
I think there was a bit of that. So we're going to
There's
get
a
to
bit
that.
of Leo Wanker there about
So
it.
for those who are concerned that we're focusing a little bit too much on the footy, by the way, that's what we're here for. We will get to that, and you need to be around because Spud is ready.
The last few weeks, and look, I've sort of worked really hard in the pre-season to lose 3 or 4.
You're looking career best to me, Spud.
not career best, but not far off.
Well,
it.
certainly since you played.
You're pretty happy with yourself.
No. I put on far too much, and the Warriors started talking about it last week in an ad break to see he's starting to do some curls and a little bit of sparring.
Beach weights.
Yeah, and I think he was going down with the producer, down to a place called Sweat near the Middle Park Hotel.
Right.
I had no idea there was a gym there. So my family down at the beach at the
You're
moment.
a Middle Brighton Bars operator as a rule.
Exactly. So my family are down at the beach. So I had a couple of hours to kill this morning.
Yes.
So I asked the manager and Luke, and unbeknownst to Warwick, can I go down and maybe just press the flesh down there with the big massive frame of wok fry here?
Did it work out with the Walker?
I did a workout, and unbeknownst to him, I had some secret cameras.
It's gone.
I'm seeing this
Gone with secret camera.
pathetic human being.
Oh, no.
If you guys want to have a look at it now,
Yes.
we're going to have a look.
I'd
So
love
if
to
you get
have
on
a look at
again,
this,
all the listeners, for triplem.com.au, but you guys haven't seen
It's
it.
a training video of you
This is
and
a
was it?
training video, and I got the pad workout. Guys, now you can imagine the reverberation and
You
the
give
sort
him
of
a fair belting, was he?
the PSI pressure about 8%. the pads, like, you know, you'd hear bang, bang, you know, poof, 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 poof. This little tap, 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 tap. Said, mate, and then I got him, said, mate, give 4 good ones.
Yeah.
And I said, is that your best? That's fair enough. So I'm going to throw a left and a right, and he has to slip.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
I've never seen, you know, a rabbit in a spotlight,
Yeah.
the guy that the knees crew. I said, mate, I'm not going to hit you. I've got pads on. But just go left to right.
Bit of evasive work.
A little bit of evasive work, and then I get in between, you know, hit the bag.
Yeah, the big bag.
Well, mate,
Give it a flogging.
you'd go down to the fruit shop and buy a kilo of grapes, hang them, stick them on the bag, right? Stick the grapes on the bag.
Yes.
Get Warrior to give his best 8 punches into the grapes against the bag. Not one would be split.
Come on, he'd-
Seriously.
he'd wind one up,
There was
wouldn't he?
about 30 people down there at Sweat, and I must admit, it was very quiet when I walked in, but I got them.
Did you light it up?
I got them to get around him.
Yeah, all right.
Just to try and see if there's any.
I just
sort
had a
of-
look, Spud. There was a push-up set. You were doing a push-up set. Warrior wasn't doing them on his knees.
Right,
was he?
25, we
two
said. And, you know, not just push-ups or dig-ups.
Yeah.
You've got to get right
Real
down, chest,
full range.
eyes front.
Yeah.
5 he lasted. Then the next 5 on his knees. Give me another spell. Mate, that was the most embarrassing.
I can't deny any of it. That's all
Did
good.
he go? Did he train with
That's where I'm at.
with the bifocal on, or does he?
Well,
not?
Yeah, the old ones, the old set
he
from
tried
about
to
12 years ago.
explain to me that he did a dumbbell set before the pad work, and that's why there's not as much fatigue, not as much sort of power in the. Mate, I said, what? And they were 10 kilos on each side. I got the little finger and did a couple of little... Actually, I did dick-ups with
And
it.
that actually is true. He got there and threw the bar up and caught it with one hand.
What is that your workout for the day? And that, you feel good about it?
I'm new to this. I normally run,
What
but I
about
can't run anymore. My
What
foot
did you
is
feel
gone.
like when you had the pads on? Did you get...
Intimidated with you holding the other pads. You
What's
did
my-
get me once.
What's my life become if I'm doing that of a Saturday morning?
Well, that's your question to ask
No,
yourself.
I did have to go down because you did say you're actually,
You went
packing
down
a bit of
because
heat.
Snorkel, being very disingenuous, made sure I was there at a certain time today, and then lo and behold, you walk in 2
Anyway,
minutes later.
Get on triplem.com.au
to have a
look
look.
at that, because what I've just seen is...
What did you think, Gaz?
I thought it was a pretty apt description. Spud just gave it Warriors bad work.
And if I can jump to Warriors' defence,
you have to, really.
No need to.
what Purple's done is he's not, by no fault of his own, wandered into Spud's realm. That's the stuff Spud's done for 20 years. So I would hope you'd be good at it, Spud. That's your background.
I did look after you. Let's face it, because he said, I've got no physical capability, which I agreed with. I've got no coordination, which I definitely agreed with. Because he started to lean to a couple of me rights. I said, mate, leave it that chin again. No coordination. The sweat, I don't know whether it was for fear or the workout. Which one was it?
Bit of both.
But I tell you what,
Warrior, I admire you going down and having a crack at it, but you didn't punch real well, to be fair. I just
A
saw
little
that.
bit. That was a little bit of theater, Gaz.
Oh, that was theatre, was it?
Theatre.
I was
So
aware there
anyway,
was a camera
that's,
going somewhere in the rooms, and you're not welcome back there, by the way.
No, I think they were happy with a bit of vibrancy around the joint.
Just back on
Jello reckons the punching bag looks scarier than Purple.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to deny that.